happy Tuesday, everyone. My name is meteorologist Heather Kay, and it's time for our daily hail forecast, sponsored as always by C3 Group, Merlin Law Group, American Contractors Show, as well as Atlas Roofing. Thank you guys for sponsoring our videos. So let's get right into our weather headlines. We do have some wintry weather that is occurring out in the Pacific Northwest, mostly Washington right now. So we'll take a look at that. And then we have some lingering showers down in southern Texas, basically some of the same areas that saw rain yesterday. It's continuing on today. And then as we get closer to Thanksgiving, there is a storm system that we will be watching. Will that be affecting your traveling, whether you're going to or coming home from that Thanksgiving destination? We'll talk about that as well. But before we get into our forecast, we do have a few things going on. The first one is our Cyber Monday flash sale. This will be going on the 28th of November, so the Monday after Thanksgiving. So feel free to give us a call or email us to get a head start on what sales we will have going on for that. So when the day comes, you are ready to go. So there's that. And then we have our new updated 4.0 Hail Trace app, which we've been working on very hard here at the Hail Palace. We don't have an exact date yet, but we are getting really close to launch. So make sure you keep an eye out for that. And then we have an event coming up here on the 15th here at the Hail Palace on the 3rd floor. We're here in Edmond, Oklahoma. This is going to be a mastering, documentation, and presentation of details on the 15th of December. It's a Thursday, basically all day. We will have food and snacks and all of that fun stuff. And here are the costs, and you can get more info, I guess, by emailing us, and I suppose we have it on our Facebook page as well. And of course, lastly, we have Thanksgiving that is coming up in 2 days. So hopefully, and I don't know why the 2 did not show up there. Ooh, it's invisible. But yeah, we have 2 days until Thanksgiving. So hopefully you guys are able to spend time with your family and friends on Thursday. So here are current conditions across the country. For the most part, we are pretty quiet. We have a disturbance down in Texas continuing to bring us some shower activity across the state, as well as getting into Louisiana, as well as a few showers in the southeast. And then we have a storm up in the northwest. We're going to zoom in a bit here first. Again, just like yesterday, some rain activity going on from basically just south of Austin now to Houston, down to Brownsville, Texas. Not as heavy as this time yesterday. So that is some good news if you are trying to get out there and get some work done. But then that rain stretches eastward to New Orleans. And then just going off to the northeast, where we saw all that heavy snow over the weekend, we are a lot quieter today. Just a few lingering clouds, maybe a snow shower or two, as well as some snow going on in the upper peninsula of Michigan and eastern Wisconsin. And then getting out into the northwest, just a mess of a day for most of Wisconsin. Seattle, you're getting dumped on with a lot of moderate to heavy rain. And then we have a mixture of precipitation and some snow in the higher elevations. So let's zoom on now and take a look at our temperatures. I am totally jealous. Miami, you are sitting at a very nice 84 degrees. Elsewhere, though, we're pretty chilly. Basically, from the northern half of the country down to parts of Kansas, it is chilly. It's only 35 in Minneapolis. A bit warmer, though, as you go further south. It's 50 in Fort Wayne. And those upper 50s to even 60s are down here from the central and southern plains eastward to the southeast. Still a little bit chilly for my taste, though. But hopefully you guys are taking it as it's pretty nice across that area. Now looking at our wind chills, 26 in Minneapolis, just a bit chilly out there. 44 in Fort Wayne, but not much of a wind chill as you go southward, with a 58-degree wind chill in Atlanta and 85 in Miami. So really it's feeling like it is down there and across the southern part of the U.S., but a lot colder, it feels like, as you go further north. So in terms of our watches and warnings, again, we're pretty quiet across most of the U.S. The only exception is in the Northwest, where we have some winter weather advisories out through this evening to 7 p.m. Pacific time. So we will experience a few inches of snow in the higher elevations, as well as some freezing rain. So keep that in mind if you're in Washington, as well as eastward into Idaho and into western Montana. Some wintry precipitation is expected today as well. So here is our future radar for the area. Like we saw in our current radar, Seattle's getting dumped on with some heavy rain right now. We have some mixed precipitation, as well as that snow in the higher elevations. That's going to continue as we go through this afternoon, and then this activity will start to push off to the east Seattle by, let's see, this is going to be 2 p.m. Pacific time. You guys should start to see some improvement as this activity moves off to the east, and then getting on later into the evening, you can see that wintry precipitation will start to fall in Idaho, as well as into western Montana, and that will continue to push off to the east as we get into the overnight hours and into tomorrow morning. So in terms of accumulations, again, it's going to be in the higher elevations in Washington. You can see those higher numbers here, anywhere from 8 to 10 inches in those mountainous areas is expected. Elsewhere, anywhere from 2 to 4 inches is expected in the northeastern part of the state. And then we have anywhere from 2 to 4, maybe a bit more in localized areas in Idaho, and some lighter totals are expected in western Montana. So now going down to Texas, another day of some showers, although they are a lot spottier compared to this time yesterday. So Houston down to Corpus Christi, Brownsville, expect some showers here and there from now through this evening, and then getting into the overnight as well, and getting into tomorrow morning, and it could start to spread a bit further north as well. But no severe weather expected. They're just some pop-up, showers, maybe a rumble of thunder or two, but nothing severe is expected. So in terms of our roofing conditions, today it's going to be a pretty nice day overall. From Kansas southward to Texas eastward to the southeast, we should see plenty of sunshine. It should be dry, and those temperatures will be warm enough as well. And then in southern Texas, you can at least get some door knocking in, as that rain will prevent you from getting on those roofs. And then getting into the rest of the evening, those temperatures will continue to be above 40 degrees. So as you're wrapping up your day, conditions should still be a-okay to get that work finished up. Now taking a look at our jet stream and kind of going ahead and looking into the next few days to see what is going on with this next big storm system. The jet stream right now is what we call zonal. It's just west to east, so nothing too crazy. We just have that little disturbance down in Texas giving us that rain, and then you can see if you look really far up to the north, the far northern part of your screen, this next trough moving on through, and it's going to deepen as we get into tomorrow, and then getting into our Thursday, it will continue to deepen. And I mentioned this yesterday, the tilt is called a positive tilt, which is not what we like to see when it comes to severe weather. So right now, our chances to see anything severe is pretty low, but we'll continue to watch this for you as we get into our Thursday as well as into our Friday. This trough continues to deepen a bit and we get a cutoff low, and then it will start to slowly push off to the east as we get into our Saturday, and then push off to the northeast pretty quickly as we get into our Sunday. And then into our Monday, you can see another trough trying to set up here in the northwest, but otherwise it's going to be a bit chilly behind that main storm system. So here are our temperatures within the next few days. Before that system comes in for Thanksgiving, it should continue to be pretty comfortable across most of the U.S. Again, basically from Nebraska to Kansas, southward across the south into the southeast, but cold across the north. And then as we get into tomorrow, same deal. But as we get into our Thanksgiving, here comes that cold front, and it's going to push off to the east-southeast as we get into our Friday and getting into our weekend as well. So temperatures will start to cool down a bit as we get into our weekend, staying pretty pleasant though across the south. And yeah, as we get into the beginning of our week, you can see those temperatures starting to drop off a bit more. So that's the temperatures. Now, how about the precipitation? If you guys are traveling, you may want to keep an eye on this. For today, for the most part, besides the northwest dealing with that snow and heavier rain and then those scattered showers down in Texas, it's going to be an okay day to travel. And then getting into tomorrow, overall, it should be another decent day as well. Again, besides that snow in the northwest. But as we get into tomorrow evening and getting into our Thanksgiving, you can see that low pressure will start to bring in that moisture. So if you're traveling on Thanksgiving Day or even late on Wednesday evening, Oklahoma City down to Dallas, eastward into Little Rock, you may want to give yourself some extra time for that traveling in case there are any issues getting to the airport or any delays. And then getting into our Friday, just more wet weather here in the southeast, stretching up into the northeast. So if you're going home after your Thanksgiving and you're across basically the south and into the southeast, into the northeast, just give yourself some extra time, and you may get a delay or two if you're traveling by plane. And then a mess will continue as we get into our Saturday and Sunday as well. And then that snow will return to parts of the northeast and then another system in the northwest. So I mentioned that we do have that positively tilted trough, and we will have a little bit of instability here in southern Texas, but it definitely doesn't look as impressive as yesterday. So we'll have a little bit of instability, but as of right now, those ingredients are not coming together for any severe weather. But, you know, things can change as Mother Nature likes to give us surprises, and I'm on call, so I can never be, off, I guess. So that instability will not be around after Thanksgiving. It will be quiet. There will not be any instability whatsoever. So in terms of the rain, and if you're traveling, just keep an eye on this. As we go from today and into tomorrow, overall, not too bad, just those few showers down in Texas. But then as we get into our Thanksgiving, that rain will start to fall from parts of Oklahoma down to Texas, eastward to Mississippi and Alabama. And then as we get into our Friday, more rain is expected. So again, if you're anywhere from Oklahoma down to Texas, eastward across the southeast, and you're going home and you're flying or driving or whatever, just keep that in mind that we will have some heavier rain, and especially as we get into Saturday, some heavier totals expected here across the south, and then that will start to spread into the northeast as we get into our weekend. So overall, not too bad as we get from today into tomorrow, but from Thanksgiving into our weekend across this region, make sure that you have your travel plans, ready, and that you have, if you're flying, that you could maybe see a delay or two. It's not out of the question, but we do need that rain because we have a very severe drought across the central and the southern plains. If we can get some rain across these areas where it's in the reds or the maroon colors, that would be great, as we need that. So let's close out with our roofing forecast. This is for tomorrow. It's going to be overcast, but it should be dry with temperatures in the lower 50s for pretty much most of the day. Those clouds will be keeping in that heat, so that's why the temperatures are really not going to be moving a whole lot. And then getting down into Dallas, we should see pretty much the same deal. However, as we get into tomorrow evening, we could see those showers start to move in, but for the most part, in the earlier part of the day, we should be fine with temperatures in the lower 50s as well. And then lastly, getting into Denver, let's take a look at what we have there. Overall, we should be fine tomorrow. If you're working in Denver, temperatures will be just above that 40-degree mark that I know you guys need to get on those roofs, nearing 50 by 3 p.m. local time. So you guys should be fine tomorrow if you're in the Denver area. So that's all I have for you today. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and our TikTok page, especially with those sales coming up. You don't want to miss any information on that. And then if you have any questions, concerns, if you just want to say hi, you can give us a call at 855-334-4245. You can email us at info@hailtrace.com and to check out our website at www.hailtrace.com. And I am meteorologist Heather Kay. I hope you all have a great rest of your Tuesday.